Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe below so we can expand our Squatch search with your help. If you do have an encounter story, send to SoCalSasquatchOrganization@gmail.com. Report number 34657, Class Alpha, submitted by witness No on Monday, March 19th, 2012. Daylight sighting along a highway near Big Cedar. Year 2012. Season winter. Month March. Date 18th. State Oklahoma. County Leflore County. Location details: it was approximately 1 mile south of the 259 and 88 intersection in the curviest part of the road. It was on the east side of the highway, right on the west end of Rich Mount. The nearest town, Big Cedar, Oklahoma. Nearest road, Highway 259 and Highway 88. Observed: my wife and I were in Broken Bow, Oklahoma on Sunday the 18th of March 2012. We live in Arkansas, about 20 miles west, but on a whim decided to take a 2-hour detour north on Highway 259 and cut across Rich Mount. Rich Mount is the highest point in the Ouachita Mountains. I had commented about how squatchy the area looked, and my wife replied that we would not see one in the daytime. Well, about 45 minutes later she saw one. We were about a mile south of Talamina Scenic Byway on 259, right on the west end of Rich Mount. She said it was about 35 to 40 feet off the road, walking behind a tree. She described it as being 9 to 10 feet tall, with stringy hair of varying shades of brown. She noticed it was bipedal, with long arms swinging in the usual squatchy way. She was very firm when I asked if perhaps it was a bear, and she said that she knew what she saw. As my luck goes, we were at a point where the road was hairpin curves with no shoulders and no way to turn around. I guess I'll have to wait for my first sighting. One thing she mentioned was noticing the muscles in the arms and legs. If this was a man in a suit, they went to some trouble to pull it off. Also noticed: none. Other witnesses: none. Other stories: this was approximately 30 miles in crow flight from the famous town of Honobia, Oklahoma. Time and conditions: it was right at 11:30 a.m., partly cloudy with 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. The environment: it was pine forest, mountains, very steep incline where sighting was. A and G references 10 to 7. Follow-up investigation report by BFRO investigator Carter Bouchard. I spoke with both witnesses and her husband on speakerphone. They are both very familiar with the woods, mountains, and the creatures that live there. They are both avid outdoors people, and he is a hunter. She remembers seeing one at least 20 years ago as a child, though it was smaller than this one reported. There are many stories from their neck of the woods. She was reluctant to come forward because she knows how people react to stories in her area. She did mention that the few people she confided to also told stories about sightings once someone went first and mentioned a sighting. He recalled years ago a nasty foul odor coming from the woods and the distinct feeling there was something there. He has heard sounds and other indications over the years and will probably be paying closer attention while in the woods. They were both quite friendly, intelligent, and well-spoken, and she was quite certain of what she saw. As she said to her husband, "If I saw a freaking bear, I would have told you it was a bear. I know the difference, and bears don't walk on two legs and they don't have arms. I see no reason to doubt their story." The dominant feature was the hands, large, long, and human ape-like. They were the first thing she noticed as the creature appeared from behind a tree. The very first thing that caught her eye was the arm movement and hands. They were swinging with the usual gait as the creature walked behind a tree and then re-emerged. That is what she first saw, arm movement, and then, as the creature emerged from behind the tree, she saw the entire creature. It was a side profile view as it was walking, not a full frontal view. It did not look at them and did not try to flee or hurry its exit. It was just a relaxed walk and did not appear to make note of their presence. The creature was estimated to be 7 to 7.5 feet tall. Not too much difference in height from her husband. Originally, she reported it to be 9 feet tall, but upon reflection, she decided it was smaller. Her view was slow, steady, and unobstructed. The highway they were on has a hairpin turn, so the speed was down to 15 to 20 miles per hour, and the sighting occurred as they slowed down for the curve. She had a perfect slow motion view of the creature for about 10 to 15 seconds. This area is very hilly, rocky, heavily treed, with several good water sources, both rivers and creeks, as well as abundant wildlife. This range of mountains, hills, and water sources is less than 30 miles from Honobia. There have been numerous sightings in and near that town, with a possible habitation area as well. This would be a perfect corridor of travel for the species.